I put on the dress to hurt him. Instead, it saved my life. Jonathan Taylor was supposed to be mine. We'd been best friends since college. Shared everything. Stayed up all night talking about dreams and fears and the futures we'd build together. I was so sure he felt the same way I did. So sure that one day he'd realize we were meant to be more than friends. Then he brought home Jessica. Perfect Jessica with her perfect smile and perfect body, who made Jonathan laugh in ways I never could. Jessica who stole my future with one batting of her perfect eyelashes. My name is Liam Bennett and I've been in love with my best friend for 8 years. Watching him fall for her was like watching someone else win the lottery with my numbers. She's amazing, Liam, Jonathan said over beers that Friday night. I think she might be the one. Those words hit me like a sledgehammer to the chest. Jonathan was supposed to say that about me someday. We were supposed to figure it out together. We were supposed to have our moment. Instead, I smiled and pretended to be happy for him while my heart shattered into pieces small enough to slip through my fingers. That's when I got the idea. The stupid, impossible idea that would ruin everything. Jonathan had mentioned once that Jessica reminded him of his ex-girlfriend from high school. Some girl named Morgan who broke his heart when she moved to California. I'd seen pictures. Blonde hair. Slim figure. The kind of girl who could make men forget their own names. What if Jonathan could see what he was missing? What if he could see that I understood him better than Jessica ever would? What if I could make him realize that the person he'd been searching for had been right next to him all along? I spent 2 weeks planning it. Watching YouTube videos about makeup and hair. Ordering clothes online that would fit my tall frame. Practicing walking in heels until my feet bled. Learning to speak in a higher register that wouldn't give me away. The plan was simple. Show up at the bar where Jonathan and Jessica had their regular Friday date night. Catch Jonathan's attention as this mysterious woman who looked like his lost love. Make him realize that what he really wanted wasn't Jessica but someone who truly understood his soul. Then reveal it was me. Show him that the connection he'd been craving was right there waiting for him. Friday night, I transformed myself completely. Foundation to smooth my angular features. Concealer to hide my stubble. Eye makeup that made my brown eyes look huge and vulnerable. The blonde wig cost me a week's salary, but it was perfect. Long and soft and exactly like Morgan's hair in the photos. The blue dress hugged my padded curves in all the right places. The heels made my legs look longer and more feminine. When I looked in the mirror, I didn't see Liam anymore. I saw Lily. Beautiful, mysterious Lily who was going to win Jonathan back. Walking into that bar was the most terrifying thing I'd ever done. My heart was beating so fast I thought it might explode. What if someone recognized me? What if Jonathan saw through the disguise immediately? What if this whole plan was insane? But nobody stared. Nobody pointed. I was just another woman in a crowded bar looking for a good time. Jonathan was sitting at our usual table with Jessica. She was wearing a red dress that showed off her perfect everything. They were laughing about something private. Something that didn't include me. I ordered a martini at the bar and waited. Waited for Jonathan to notice me. Waited for him to see Morgan's ghost sitting across the room. Waited for him to remember what real love felt like. It took 20 minutes. 20 minutes of sipping my drink and watching him be happy with someone else. Then his eyes found me across the crowded room and everything stopped. He stared like he'd seen a ghost. His face went pale. His mouth fell open. Jessica was still talking, but he wasn't hearing her anymore. He was looking at me like I was the answer to a question he'd been asking his whole life. I smiled and looked away. Played coy the way women do in movies. Let him wonder who I was and why I seemed familiar. 5 minutes later, he was walking toward the bar. "Excuse me," he said, his voice shaky. "This might sound crazy, but you look like someone I used to know." "Do I?" I made my voice breathy and soft. Nothing like Liam's deeper tone. "People tell me I have one of those faces." "Morgan," he whispered. "You look exactly like my ex-girlfriend Morgan." "Maybe she had good taste in genetics," I said, trying to be flirty and mysterious. Jonathan laughed, but there was pain in it. "She broke my heart when I was 19. Moved to California and never looked back. I thought I was over it, but seeing you. God, this is embarrassing. I'm here with my girlfriend and I'm hitting on a stranger because she reminds me of someone from 10 years ago. Perfect. This was going exactly according to plan. Jonathan was remembering his lost love and realizing Jessica wasn't enough. All I had to do was keep him talking until the moment was right to reveal the truth. Tell me more about her. Jonathan's eyes got distant. She was perfect. Beautiful, obviously, but more than that. She understood me in ways nobody else did. We could talk for hours about anything and everything. She made me want to be better than I was. My heart started racing. He was describing us. Our friendship. Our connection. He was talking about Morgan, but he was really talking about what we had together. She sounds special. She was. I've been looking for that connection ever since. Thought I found it with Jessica, but... He trailed off and looked back at his table where Jessica was checking her phone and looking bored. But it's not the same, I finished for him. No, it's not. Jonathan looked at me again and I saw something dangerous in his eyes. Would you like to get some air? I know this is crazy, but talking to you feels familiar. Like we've known each other forever. We walked outside into the cool night air. This was it. This was the moment I'd been planning for weeks. Jonathan was ready to hear the truth. Ready to realize that what he'd been searching for was me all along. Jonathan, I said, dropping the breathy voice. There's something I need to tell you. He looked at me strangely. How do you know my name? Because I'm not Morgan. I'm not a stranger. I took a deep breath and prepared to change everything between us. I'm Liam. The words hung in the air like smoke. Jonathan stared at me for a long moment. Then his face changed. Not recognition. Not understanding. Something worse. What kind of sick joke is this? He said. It's not a joke. It's me. It's really me, Jonathan. I did this because I needed you to see. See what? That my best friend is completely insane? That he'd dress up like a woman to mess with my head? No, you don't understand. I did this because I love you. Because I wanted you to realize that what you're looking for has been right next to you this whole time. Jonathan backed away from me like I was diseased. You're telling me you dressed up like my ex-girlfriend to manipulate me? To trick me into... what exactly? When he said it like that, it sounded horrible. Nothing like the romantic revelation I'd imagined. I thought if you could see me differently. I do see you differently. I see someone I don't recognize at all. Someone who would lie and manipulate and play sick games instead of just being honest. Jonathan, please. Stay away from me, Liam. Whatever this is, it's not friendship and it's sure as hell not love. He walked back into the bar, leaving me standing alone on the sidewalk in a dress that suddenly felt like a costume. Like evidence of the worst mistake I'd ever made. I drove home in silence. Sat in my apartment still wearing Lily's clothes and tried to understand how everything had gone so wrong. I'd been so sure Jonathan would see the truth. So sure he would understand. But there was another truth I hadn't expected to find. Wearing that dress hadn't felt like playing a character. It had felt like coming home. The makeup and the hair and the clothes hadn't been a disguise to trick Jonathan. They'd been a mirror showing me who I really was. For the first time in my life, I'd felt beautiful. Complete. Real in a way that had nothing to do with Jonathan or winning him back or proving anything to anyone. I'd put on the dress to become someone else. Instead, I'd found myself. 3 months later, Jonathan called. We hadn't spoken since that night. I was living full-time as Lily now. Had legally changed my name and started hormone therapy. The woman Jonathan met at the bar hadn't been a costume after all. She'd been me trying to break free. I saw your pictures on Instagram, he said. You look happy. I am happy. I'm sorry about that night. I was shocked and angry and I said things. You said what you needed to say. And it helped me realize something important. What's that? That I wasn't trying to win you over. I was trying to win myself back. There was a long pause. Then Jonathan laughed. The same laugh that had made me fall in love with him years ago. So I guess I lost my best friend but gained something else. What's that? A sister maybe? If you'll have me. I looked at my reflection in the window. Really looked. I saw Lily staring back. Happy Lily, who had finally stopped pretending to be someone she wasn't. Yeah, I said. I like that. The plan to win Jonathan over had backfired completely. I lost the man I thought I loved but found the woman I was supposed to be. Sometimes the best failures are the ones that teach you what you really wanted all along.